Welcome back to my backyard snack yard. It's the 23rd of December, so I thought it was a nice time to come out and look at what's going on in the garden, because there's really quite a lot going on. We've got some wonderful flowers that are starting to come out now on my japonica quince. Looking very pretty and pink. Slightly early as well. At least for my garden. I have seen them in bloom elsewhere, but usually mine tend to come a few weeks from now at least. We also have the first hellebores popping up now, the first pink ones. They're really, really cute. And so it is time for me to tidy up these borders and just get rid of all the old leaves here and make space for the new ones. They're so sweet, look at them. They're also a bit early, to be honest. And this is slightly more worrying. It's my mulberry bush, Charlotte Russe. It's really quite large, but it's showing signs of waking up now. I just can't really focus on the little buds. There they are. Look at those. It's far too early for them, so let's hope they slow down. We're set to have some really cold temperatures now, dropping down to -1. So hopefully that will slow them down. In the past, we had some cold temperatures after it broke bud, and it really suffered. It actually died back. But as you can see, it's quite a good size now. The chunks down here, double chunks, they're quite large. And so I'm hoping it's going to be able to withstand cold temperatures. It should be stronger anyhow. We'll see what happens, but there's not much to do. It's far too big to cover with anything, so we'll just have to hope for the best. It's just not that ideal, really. Be nice if it waited a bit. It's so keen to get going though, isn't it? Very impatient. I've just had to replant this tree here. I had to dig it up before we had some building works done, and it's been in a pot. Not too happy in that pot there, so it's back up against this wall. It's still got some leaves there, so it's quite evergreen, I guess, but it produces these really lovely berries, peppery berries, all along its stem, usually along the trunk, and it actually had some that turned red for the first time this year, so that was really quite fun. It's in the same sort of family as my Sichuan pepper tree, so hopefully it'll be happy here now, and we'll just leave it. I've given it a good feed. Now we'll just see how it does. You've seen how the wall is. It's completely white there. Some kind of calcium in the rocks, in the stones. Look at it. It's a very prickly one, so I don't want to be moving it too often. There's also some really sweet little hellebores which have self-seeded here. And then there's this winter flowering jasmine, which is really cheerful, and it's right outside a window, a hallway window. And so I thought I wanted to add a bit more color out here. So let me show you what I've got. This is a Callicarpa. It comes from the Greek, callis meaning beautiful and carpa meaning fruit. So it is also known as the Beautyberry. This one is called Profusion. It's an Asian cultivar. And I mean, just look at the berries. They look like fake. They're so cute. And they do look really poisonous, I think. But they actually are edible if you cook them. I think they're a little bit like elderberries in that you don't want to eat them raw, but you can once they're prepared. Some people make drinks out of them, and lots of people make jellies and jams and things. I'm not really sure if it's a great flavor they have, but it would be fun to try at some point. I just think it's a really decorative, beautiful tree, and I think it would look really cute alongside this winter flowering jasmine. So I want to plant it here. It's super tiny, but it should grow quite quickly. I think it might need a pollination partner in order to produce these berries. So I might need to add a little partner for it at some point. I think it's partially self-fertile, so we'll get some berries either way, but of course it will do best with a partner. So we might look into that. I think some people say that the North American cultivars are better than the Asian ones, like in flavor wise, but I don't know. We'll just have to see how it goes. I'm not really planning on eating them immediately, at least. I might be tempted at some point if we get a really big crop at some point. It might be fun to try. I think the jellies and jams, they just look really extraordinarily gorgeous, like really quite purple. But I think if you add some lemon in, then they turn a bit more red, so you might lose some of that color. But apparently it's supposed to be good with lemon, which most berries are, to be honest, I think anyhow, depending on your palate. But I thought it'd be really fun to grow this little guy here. It's meant to be quite easy to grow, quite easy going, quite hardy as well. Let me see if I can find anything else about them here. Just says it thrives in a moist but well-drained soil. I don't really have much well-drained soil. And it's suitable for a medium-sized garden, positioned in the middle of a border, best positioned in part shade or full sun. This is quite shady, this spot, but it should be okay. And of course, it will get more berries the more sun it gets. So let's just hope it's going to be sunny enough here. But let's get it into the ground either way. Look at these roots. They're really ready to go. I was considering keeping it in a pot over winter, just for the first winter. But it's hardy enough. It should be fine here. And also, I've also heard it doesn't really like being in pots. So it's best to get it into the ground as quick as possible. The berries themselves are usually starting to turn color in October, and then they're left on the plant for longer than most berries because they're quite astringent, so birds tend to leave them until there's not much left elsewhere. They're like not their favorite tasting berries, so we get to really enjoy them for longer than other really tasty berries, I guess. They're so pretty. They look really nice as decorations too. So we've got it in, it's looking beautiful. Definitely be happier now it's in a pot. And in a few years' time, I guess, I'll want to prune it. And that's really easily done, but it just needs to be done in February. So, I really do like that one. I think I'll want to have a little partner for it, just down the row there. So let's just see how it does. But it's right in front of my window, my hallway window, so I can really enjoy it as it gets bigger. What a beauty. The Beautyberry. And look at this. This is a Corners Mass that I planted not that long ago, a Surinam Cherry. And look, the little flower buds are really getting ready to pop. They're very cold hardy. And are usually some of the first things to flower, so how exciting! There's quite a few of them there. And then pollination partners over here with a few little flower buds of its own. This one is called Jolico, and the other one was called Callicarpa. Very exciting. I also pop lots of little tulips and other, I think there's lots of little crocuses too in this little area right here, because it's right where we can see them, and they're starting to peek up now too, so how cute. And they're right next to this guy, which I am surprised has not gone completely dormant or has not lost all its leaves. I thought it was going to. This is a Japanese wineberry. If you look at it, it looks really pretty. This lovely reddish stems, very hairy. But yeah, I did think it was going to lose all its leaves, so that's surprising. And while we're out here, let's look at my black raspberry. There are so many stems on it, and it should be ready to fruit this coming season. Oh, so exciting. Never had a black raspberry before. Lots and lots of stems everywhere. finally I have a little job I've wanted to do for quite some time, because I have this wonderful Surinam Cherry here. I bought it a few years ago now, back in 2022, and I've kept it indoors for each winter. So for 3 winters, I overwintered it in the house, and it did really well, but it hasn't flowered for me yet, or done anything interesting, so I haven't had any reason to show it. But this winter I've kept it outdoors so far. They're meant to be hardy down to -10, or that's what it says on the little slip we got with it. But I'm not entirely sure if it is that hardy. So what I want to do now, because our temperature is dropping, we've had like really good weather, we've had like quite mild weather recently. It's been 10 degrees overnight, 10 degrees Celsius, sometimes 8 degrees, that sort of thing. But now it's going to drop down to about 0. So I wanted to do this for some time. You can see barely any soil left in this pot. So I want to get this whole plant out and put it into a lot bigger pot. I've got this one ready for it over here. Look at the size difference. There we go. So I'm going to do that, pot it up, and then I want to cover it with a frost cloth just to keep it safe during this next cold spell. It actually looks a lot larger now in the new pot. I really, really hope it flowers and fruits. It has these really interesting little fruits that look like mini pumpkins. Really cute. It'd be so nice to have some, but we'll see what happens. It should be ready to start fruiting in the near future. We'll see. Just need to get it through the winter. So let's cover it up now for the cold. I might just give it a quick drink first though. So there we go. He's all tucked away for the cold weather, and hopefully he'll do well here. We'll see. There's also quite a protected little area, so he should be okay. But I look forward to seeing how he does next year. Very often when it's really cold, some little birds, they come and they hide away underneath the blankets I put out here for the other plants. So it's a nice little safe haven for them too. So thank you for joining me. Hope you have a really great Christmas, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.